Hi beautiful people, how you all doing? Good to you. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. This is your Blessedom TV. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you heartily. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also to click the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. I want to really appreciate all of you that joined this channel recently. Thank you so much for your support, and I always want to say thank you to all of you, my staunch supporters who have been coming with me all along the way. Thank you for that support. I really appreciate. So you guys, if you are here for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And very important, every one of you, please hit the like button. The like button is very important. It helps to get the message out. It helps the video to, boost the algorithm. So thank you so much. If you all did that, I appreciate that. So in this video, I want to bring you update about our sister Osinachi, the popular Nigerian Christian musician who just passed. And I brought you the video when the story was breaking, and basically the speculations that it was about domestic violence, not that she fell ill or anything like that. So the stories have been going around the whole day, and the families have come out to say what they know about what has happened, because initially it was the friends that spoke up. So everybody that had interaction with her and her family have been speaking up. Even her fellow musicians have been speaking up also. So if you know one of the popular Nigerian Christian musicians, Frank Edward, has also come out he made a post, and in fact he did a video, and he was telling how the husband doesn't even allow her to go for ministrations unless he's approving of it. And he even told of a situation whereby the man was slapping her in the studio because she wanted to sing a song in Igbo, and the husband didn't want her to do that. And so a lot of people have been coming out to say their encounter. And like, there's also another minister was talking about he wanted the wife to come and minister in his fellowship in Lagos, and the husband asked that he should come to Abuja to request for that, and he went to Abuja. He flew to Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, to make the request and convince the husband, and still the husband rejected it. So a lot of people have been coming out and saying everything that the man has been doing and the ordeal that this sister was passing through, you see. So yeah, I decided that now that we have heard from different parts, and now that the husband has been arrested, and now that the husband has also spoken up, although he's not saying anything really, and the children have also given their own account, I felt like it's time to give my update on this video. So I'll start by recanting the interview that the sister gave. So I've put it in text form, so you can also read the text, so you can pause the video, or slow it down so you can read the information, although the information is everywhere if you would look for it. But I decided to put it in this video as a tribute to her, and for the future also as a lesson for other women who may be passing through this situation. Maybe they can learn something from it. So the interview has been done by one of the popular Nigerian newspapers that is called Vanguard, and they started out by putting the question to the elder sister and saying, we heard that she died of throat cancer. And the sister then started explaining and said she did not die of cancer. The husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, hit her with his leg on the chest. All this while he has been beating her, and that is why she passed. So that's just what she was saying, that the husband has been beating her and she has been hiding it from them, and now she died from that as a result of that. And she said, before now we have told her to come out of the marriage. So basically that conversation has, of course, like I said in my last video, it's not easy to retrieve somebody from a difficult marriage, especially women, especially when children are involved, and again especially when she's into ministry, and holiness is required, especially if you will be invited to minister in different congregations. So she said, we told her that they are not divorcing, it's just a separation, but she felt that God is against divorce, and so they told her that okay, let them just separate for a while, but she didn't obviously heed that call to separate. And yeah, she explained that she was hit in the chest, and she fell down, and that was when the man took her to the hospital. And what she's actually saying that is very important is that when they took her to the hospital, they didn't tell the doctor what happened to her. Obviously she couldn't talk, so I'm thinking that the trauma will be very, very huge in her chest area. Maybe she broke a rib, and maybe there are blood clots, and then the clots travels into her lung. It's what they call a lung, in German they call it Lungenembolie. I don't know what they say in English. Lungenembolie, maybe lung embolism. I don't know how they will say it in English, pardon me. So some of these things I mix them up. Yeah, so I would think that if you would have bruises, then there will be blood clots, and there will be the danger that those clots will travel into other parts of our blood and cause the blood not to flow like normal. And yeah, anybody that has a kind of trauma is at risk of death. So obviously the doctor didn't know that she's had a trauma to her chest. I don't know what they told them. And while she was still in the hospital, the man was guiding her, and they said she's a twin. So when her twin sister came to that place to be with her, to keep her company, the man still insisted that she cannot stay with her sister, and the man said she should leave. And the Osinachi, sister Osinachi, was begging the husband to please allow her to be with her sister because she's feeling that she's gonna pass away. But the man refused, and then she told her sister, okay, you can go, since the man refused to allow you to stay. So the sister now left, you see. And so she was just there. They just allowed the man to have his way, basically. That's what I'm just seeing. For me personally, I'm looking at this thing that they gave this man too much authority, or they respect this man too much. And I'm thinking that they respect him maybe because he has some kind of authority from the church. Maybe he's a pastor. I'm thinking that he has some position in the church, because I don't understand this respect and this fear and this regard they are giving to him. Because if the woman is in the hospital, I mean, it's not his house anymore. I don't think he has the right to send her blood siblings away in the hospital domain. I think it is the doctors or the nurses that will have that authority. And most of the time the doctor, I mean, here, I don't know how it will work in Nigeria. I would think that the doctors or the nurses will ask the patient what she wants, because everything is according to the benefit of the patient. So if she says she wants her sister, then her sister will be there for her, you see. So I don't understand that the man was able to send the sister out even while she was in her sick bed, you see. So in the interview, the sister went on to say that unfortunately they did not tell the doctor that she was kicked in the chest, because the doctor could have known what to do if he had an idea of what happened. And then she also went on to say, each time we talk to her, she will be pleading for peace. And if we move to act, she will tell us no, that we should keep calm. So you see, because like I was just saying now, that how can they allow all this kind of a thing to happen? It's basically like they surrendered her to him. So you see, the sister is saying that every time they want to act, she's even the one pleading. She's the one pleading. And then the sister went on to narrate that my brother, who has gone to see the children, said Nwachukwu is not arrested. So she said that as of the time the brother went to the house to see the children, that the man was still in his house, and the children were happy to see their mom's brother, and they said that they want to go and see their grandmother. In another interview, the grandmother said that she doesn't even know the children. She has not been able to see the children. And even this Omugwo is the culture that gives room for the mom to come and take care of her daughter who has just given birth. just kind of care for her while she's recovering from childbirth. You see, not just the baby needs care, also the mom needs care. So she didn't go for omugo of 4 children. So she has been on her own, and the children didn't know the grandmother. And so the children are saying now that their mother is dead, they want to see their grandmother. So the interviewer was now asking her, where are her children presently? She said the children are with their father. My brother has gone to Abuja to see the children, but I have told him not to go alone because the man is a beast, that he should go with somebody. So they asked her, what is the husband saying now? So he basically said that the husband is just boasting. Before now, he told the twin sister that he's going to separate her and her sister. And she also told another story that when they were going for her father's burial, that was only when she was allowed to come to visit them in their village, because she has never gone to her village since she married this man, and only was able to allow to come when they buried her dad in 2017. And she was like, even when they were driving to that burial, that he slapped her in the car because he was speeding, and she was like, please take it easy the way you are speeding. And then he turned on her and beat her up. And it was the younger sister that was in the car, and the younger sister was leaving, but she herself was still begging, asking everybody to calm down. Finally, to cut a long story short, you can actually read the story. I just put it here so I don't have to say everything. You can pause the video and read the rest for yourself. And she was saying that the man didn't call them to tell them that their sister has passed, and it took him like hours. They said the thing happened in the afternoon, and he was calling them in the evening at about 8 p.m. and it was somebody that the sister contracted to cook food for her, that he came to the hospital and found an empty bed. And so she was calling the sister, the twin sister, and asking if they had anything, and that was how they got to know that she has passed in the afternoon. So the man didn't tell them. And in the evening, they said at about 8 p.m. he was calling the younger brother that he should come. And the young man was asking me, is it now that my sister has passed that you want me to come? Because he was not allowed to come to her house. So everybody was not allowed to come to their house basically. And they said the mom was only able to come to their house one time when she was sick, because Sister Osinachi went to their big pastor, Pastor Enenche of Dunamis Church in Abuja, and to plead that they should help her to beg the man so he can allow her to come to Abuja to stay with her so she can take care of her mother. And the mother was saying she was there for like a month, and then the man drove them out of his house. So basically what I'm getting from all this is that the man saw her as his captive. But what is interesting for me is what the son said. The son said that their father told them that it is good to beat women. And he also narrated something that happened, that one time they were coming back from church, midweek service on a Wednesday night, and the dad pushed their mom out of the car, and she fell out of the car, and she was even robbed that night. And they don't even know how the mom even eventually got to the house, because they didn't talk about it. And the mom always forgave their father, and always asking to be calm, asking everybody to forgive. Like the woman was very calm and forgiving, and she forgave everything. And the children said she always forgave everything, and she always keep calm for the dad, and he was able to do everything that he wanted to do with her. And the girl, the help that comes to the house to help them, she said the man was always locking her out, and she was always afraid. Whenever she's coming home, she's always afraid. So when they asked the man has said he didn't do anything, that she was sick. She has been sick since November last year, and that he did not do anything. He has taken her to different hospitals, and until she now passed, So yeah, he didn't say anything about what exactly is she sick of. So right now, they have decided that there is going to be an autopsy because of all this back and forth, that there's going to be an autopsy. So it's very sad what has happened to her. But for me personally, you know what I've been thinking, that how can this sister be in the midst of people, in the midst of all this magnitude of people in the church, and nobody picked it up? Like nobody, like normally if you care for somebody, if the person is going through something, you should be able to feel it, you should be able to know, I mean, you should be able to intervene physically and take that lady out of that situation. The sister told a story. She said the twin sister, she's a twin, that they were supposed to sing together on the stage, and they have sewn the uniform, and they were supposed to sing together, and they came to church. She was sitting and waiting for the sister, not knowing that the husband has told the keyboardist to say, don't allow them to come together. And anytime she said she was standing, the keyboardist would say shift. He doesn't want wahala. So everybody knows that this man gives problem, and this man is doing all this kind of maltreatment, and the man is a violent person, but he's very respected in the church, and they are still giving him title, and you know, neglecting the impact. I mean, how can, for example, how can you give her a car? Like people have gifted her cars, but they are not seeing her driving any of the car, and her husband will drive with the children, and she will be standing at the bus stop. There's something wrong with this kind of thing, you know. Like it made me very sad when I read this thing that the son was saying, and the mom always kept calm. And do you know, the man even told the children that it is good to beat women, you see, and they didn't see anything wrong with it. They would, sometimes they said he would tie her hands and give the children cane to beat her. So she passed through a lot, and it is very, very unfortunate. I don't understand how she can be in the midst of all this magnitude of people and nobody could help her. And now everybody is coming out to say all these things. I'm just imagining, like, if anybody has opened up, like all these celebrities, for example, somebody like Frank Edward, you were there when the husband slapped her. Why about make the news to trend so that people will look, you know, because sometimes just social media trending, you know, the whole thing will go viral. Maybe it will be an opportunity for her to escape, but everybody kept quiet. Everybody's doing holy, and now I realize why she's singing with all this emotion. It's like all her tears, all her sorrows, she's putting it in that her song, and then you will see her singing, easy can do my oh you know, you will be like, you will see tears. Like I was moved to tears when I was here listening to that her song. I was moved to tears, and I said, so that's where it's coming from. That's where it's coming from. Because, you know, she's going through so much, and she's in the midst of people, but she's alone. You know, I feel so sad. Like, this woman was so gifted, and she allowed herself to be put in this difficult situation. And in a way, I cannot blame her, because like I was saying in my last video, she's a musician, a gospel singer, and she has to be holy. I mean, I feel like the characteristics that go with her ministry is holiness. And once she's no longer married, she becomes an adulterer, you know. And who is going to invite a divorced woman, a separated woman, to come and minister? Because all the focus will be on her not being with her husband. Nobody would think about why. And Pastor Enenche has also given a sermon that there is no room for divorce. You know, they keep saying there's no room for divorce, and yeah, they put all this pressure on people who have made this mistake. And this man is a church person, because he saw this lady in the church where she was singing and ministering, and he said he fell in love with her, quote unquote, and he went after her, and they didn't cut. You see, because when you have this kind of toxic people, they can only thrive in a church environment. because the church will say don't date, you know, no copulation before marriage, that kind of a thing. So they thrive in this kind of atmosphere that you never really get to know their person. You are never able to cohabit with them or sleep over at their place and know, you know, have a taste of their personality. So they thrive very well in religious environment because, you know, it helps them to cover until they have gotten the slave, their bait, and then they take, you know, they catch that thing that they are looking for. You know, it's like when you want to go and catch fish in the ocean, you put a small bait. So the small bait is like acting holy, you know, being active in the church. And once they catch that damsel, they will take that lady to the church, and that is it. They will not come to church again. And even if the lady now goes back to the church to report to the church and say, like, the church don't have any authority over him, he's not even accountable to them, like, who are they? He's even, you know, has no regard for them. So I've seen many cases like this where very toxic people get away with their toxicity by going to the church, and especially because the ladies will be, you know, taught to be timid, to be God-fearing, and those are the perfect victims. And those kind of victims that they will never want to live because they don't want to offend God, they don't want to go against the Bible, they don't want to go to hell, you know, so many things. And for Sister Osinachi, it's even difficult because her livelihood depends on that moral code of holiness. So she's a musician and she can only minister in churches, she can minister only in Christian celebrations, and she can only do that if she's perceived as holy. So if she's not perceived as holy, if she's not with her husband, if she's separated, you know, that's kind of the end for her. You know, it just kind of knocks her off the food chain. She would have to you know, be begging or something, you know, like. So it was a very difficult situation for her. And I think the good thing now is I mean, it's not like she died is a good thing, but the good thing that can come out of this tragedy is that all the pastors are now speaking up. All the pastors that would hitherto say no divorce at any cost, you see, this thing has cost a precious life of one of the talented Christian musicians, and you know, it hits them in their face, and now most of them are retracting what they normally would say and their stance. I hope that they you know, believe in what they are saying, and that if it comes to it, that they are going to support the woman, the man that wants to escape a toxic union. And I hope that this will be the benefit for other people who are alive, who are in another relationship, of course, because we know these things, they are everywhere, you know. So yeah, this is a tribute to her. This is a tribute to her. So I'll just kind of play one of her songs, and I hope that the copyright issues will not take the song down, and I hope that it will just stay here for her, for the memory of her. And yeah, I pray that the children will find helpers. And one of the things that made the man to be arrogant, it seems like because they don't have an elder brother, and their father is not around, so the man is a misogynist, you know, somebody that doesn't have regard for women. So they have like 6 girls and a young brother. The brother is younger than all of them, so he's a small boy, you know, and he obviously would depend on his sisters and not the other way around. So I learned that he had an elder brother, but he passed also. And so that kind of gives the man courage, and he feels that they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. But I pray that they will be able to do something for the children. Now the mom is asking for the children to be brought back to her, and the children also are asking to go to their grandmother. I hope that the people in Dunamis Church will be able to support the children, even though they stay with their grandmother. and that they will be able to find some love, and they need therapy, especially all the violence that they have experienced, especially the boys, so that they are not going to repeat the vicious cycle of, you know, having that kind of violent and turbulent family later on. You know, hopefully that they will be reorientated. I mean, thank God it's happening now that they are very young, that they are still forming, that it will be possible to change their mindset and reorientate them so that they will be able to do the right thing later on when they are older. Yeah, I don't know if I'm missing anything, my people, but that's just it. I hope that you will, I mean, it's a tragic topic, but nonetheless, hit the like button so that the message will go out. That's just what the like does. It improves the algorithm of the video, so the message gets out even better. And if you like my content, you are welcome to subscribe to my channel and support this channel. And yeah, thank you so much. And don't forget to leave your comment behind. Let's interact, and let's know what you think about what has happened. And if you have an advice for people who are in this situation, you know, what you think will be the best solution, yeah, let's just have that interaction. And I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye for now. Bye. Oye